FTB, man.
FTB, man.
Fucking Broncos about to buck the Buccaneers. Buck them, buck them, buck the Buccaneers. Buck them, buck them, buck the Buccaneers. Buck Tom Brady,
right.
Buck the Buccaneers. Bucking Broncos is about to buck the Buccaneers. Heard Brady just retired and moved to Florida. Heard the underdogs this week for playing sports.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of Mad Talk. I'm your boy, Mad Fanatic.
It's the one and only Leaf.
It's poppin', Leaf.
Bruh. Having a bad week, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's going
Having
on?
a bad week.
Well, the
I don't want to get into all my
Broncos the Broncos set the week off wrong for us.
Hey,
Bad
two
luck.
weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, man. The injuries are mounting up. It's crazy. Yo,
Got me real emotionally involved, and then,
Yeah. Crazy, man. I made that Drew Lock dog. That's my quarterback. And then it's out of there ASAP. But luckily, he'll be coming back. Jeff Driscoll is looking good, man. Did you like what you saw out of Jeff Driscoll?
Very, very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, me
And
too.
at this point, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I think he definitely can do what he needs to do to hold down the ship. And I'll be honest, I couldn't be happy with what I saw.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, because a lot of people were like, yo, he didn't have, like the announcers kept saying, he probably didn't have any snaps this week. If very little, if any, with the ones or even the threes. And so I'm wondering, does that help him? Like you would think that there's no way that helps him, right? But then part of me is like, maybe just being so loose, like, yo, I'll just go out there and play backyard football, not really having known the game plan like that. Like, you think it helps him or you think he should be significantly better now?
No, man. No.
He's going to be
and
better?
You can see that at the beginning, especially with Pittsburgh's defense, man. There is no playing loose like you're in the backyard. You will get killed. You know what I'm saying, Fred?
They were like, nah,
hey, the 5 Ps, prior planning prevents poor performance. He needs those reps. I think he's going to play better this week. I know he's going to play better this week.
Yeah. I'm looking.
You know what's frustrating? You know what's frustrating is it's like everybody, I want to start complaining right off the bat, and me and you talked about it. We had 3rd and 2. You know what I'm saying? 3rd and 2, the game in our hands.
Run the ball.
In our hands.
Run the
ball. I want to
ball.
freak out about Pat Shurmur and say, how do you not run the ball there at least once? But you know what? We got to be honest. At halftime, he made some kind of adjustment for Jeff Driscoll and put him in such a better situation. I think people are forgetting about that.
Yeah,
Not that I'm
you know what else,
defending
though?
Pat Shurmur.
You know what else? Even though Melvin Gordon was eating, though. You know what I mean? I could understand you saying
Melvin Gordon would not have got stopped. I don't care what nobody.
I don't think so either. That's what I was about to say.
See him smiling.
I understand respecting their run defense because of what they did to Saquon. But Melvin Gordon was eating all day.
Nonstop and smiling.
And you know it's fourth down territory, so go for it on 3rd. You know
Guy hasn't lost a step.
But I'll tell you what, though, that 4th down call, I wasn't mad at the call at all. I was mad that Gordon wasn't ready for the ball. He wasn't even looking. And the dude in the flat he was wide open. I think it was Tim Patrick. I'm like, yo, you had 2 dudes open. You got to get that ball out your hands, man. It's game.
So you're basically saying it was a good play call.
I wasn't mad at the play call. That 4th down call, I wasn't mad at it. You just got to get that ball out. You got to be expecting to get it out. Like, you got to know they're coming. You know what I mean? And then the guys running got to know I'm running free. There's nobody on me. They're sending the house at this dude.
Absolutely.
But
another bottom line, though, man. Bottom line, and we always go back and forth. I know you're Mr. Positivity and all that. It's just like week 1. I'm just more frustrated. Yeah. It's like a bad dream.
See, but this
team looks good.
This
I
game
like the way we played.
Different.
I like the way we came back. The team plays hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they play hard, but this game for me, I'm like, yo, to my eyes told me we should have been down like 1 million. The way I was watching,
I don't know why you say that.
I felt like, man, how are we even in this game? I thought we were just getting like we had no chance. I felt like, and then for us to just keep fighting back, it reminded me of the Nuggets. Like they'll be down 10 and they right back in it, then they right back in it, and I was just like, damn, the Broncos keep fighting. And to tell you the truth, once Drew Lock went out, And then you saw Cortland hobbled, and it looked like Judy might be hurt too. I was like, man, this ain't our day.
You got to remind me about Cortland, man.
It was looking like it should have been a blowout. The fact that it was so close had me really encouraged about this team. And I'll tell you what, the Cortland Sutton, that hurts. Don't get it twisted. That hurts. That's a big loss. But like I said on my Instagram post, if there's one position group that can afford a major injury,
man. But we're talking about a guy.
We're
talking about a guy though that was starting to take the leadership role and was starting to show that he really is one of the greats of the league.
He was.
So I think I get your point. I mean, I was just talking to JR about it. Mm-hmm. We still got Patrick. We still got Deshaun. We still got Judy. We still got Hamler. We're looking great. Noah's going off. Fant's going off. We're still stacked on offense.
Yeah.
But Cortland was we're talking about a guy who's starting to get to another level. And he showed it in that game. He came right back. Yeah. He looked great when he was playing.
He is, man.
Got that first down like he always does.
I think that this is a great opportunity for Patrick to get to that next level, because to me, on paper, not even just on paper, but like his skill set, he's the same receiver as Cortland. He's actually just a little faster. I feel like
telling me that.
Why can't you dominate like Cortland? You big like him. You can run like him. You can catch. You know what I mean? I feel like Patrick got to step up for real. And the best thing about this whole situation, first of all, KJ Hamler looked really explosive. I like KJ for sure.
There's a debate going on over here at my house. With my brother being here, we're all watching the game. There's a big debate going on in this house about KJ and Jerry Jeudy. Do you think it's going to be like, or are we going to like end this season where we really start talking like who's better? I mean, obviously, I think at this point or before the season, we would all say Jerry Jeudy. Do you think that's a debate that should be being had at this point in time already?
Absolutely.
Me too.
Like if you watch KJ in college, KJ wasn't no slouch, man. He didn't get the same love because he's a little smaller. He's undersized. And a lot of undersized don't get the love that you would think when they project how they're going to do at the next level. But like Ocho said, Ocho worked out with both of them in the offseason. He's like, fam, the Broncos got 3 number ones, and he was including KJ in that conversation because he felt like KJ, people don't realize he's ridiculous, yo. He's a really good receiver. He could change direction like that. He's got the crazy second level. He got that gear a lot of people that don't have. Like that 4.2 gear is just different. But
people don't realize, even though it's only a second or a half of a second, you know what I mean?
That's a big
second.
Big second. That's a big second. And the thing is though, but don't get it twisted. I think Jerry Jeudy's going to be a really good receiver. He's got to stop dropping these passes over the middle though, because it seems like some of them, like it really looks like I'm worried about getting hit a little bit because, you know what I mean? You're thinking about how you're going to run after you catch it already. That's what it seems like to me. Which is what he's going to do once he gets it. You got to catch that ball first, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Catch the ball first and then make people miss, man. You got to catch that ball first. But he did bounce back and make a few good plays. But what I was going to say is we got a Travis Kelce. We got an unstoppable tight end in Noah Fant, man.
Gronk 2.0
looking like a monster to me, and I think that
Gronk 2.0, man. To me, he's just like Gronk, man.
Yeah, he really is.
You know what I mean?
I think that he's gonna make a Pro Bowl. I think he's gonna be an X factor for this team, especially with no court.
Sure.
I feel like that's a real good luxury to have such a good.
And we're running the ball. We bring in Jake Butt. I mean, it's a perfect thing now with those two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then Albert O got the same skill set as Noah Fant. He's another big-ass 4'5" guy. Like, no reason to be that big, no reason to be that fast. And he's got a lot of chemistry with Drew Lock. They're going to bring him in slow, but I think second half of the season he's going to end up being a weapon for us as well.
So we're being real positive now, which I think I'm being a little bit more positive than I wanted to be on the show because they brought me a lot of pain. Those were long games. Yeah. Those were up and down games, roller coaster games. I can't be doing this every Sunday, Fred. You understand what I'm saying? But let me – one thing I took from the game.
Oh, man.
we both – yeah. But listen, getting back to the coaching situation. And I said I don't have no problem with the coach. Just thought he needs to take a little bit off his plate. But I noticed something in this game, and I want to know if you agree with me. This was a thing that Vance Joseph did that I could not stand. This guy does not have good body language, man. He doesn't strike me during the game as being an uplifter and being positive. I don't see him running up to guys and clapping their face. Let's go. Every time I see him, he's got his hands on his knees and he's looking down and he's complaining. Do you think there's some negative physical energy coming off this guy?
I mean,
or you haven't noticed that?
This is the thing I would say to that. What kind of body language does Bill Belichick give you?
Oh, you real sneaky with that. But okay.
I feel like he gives me that kind of body language.
That's a good one. But besides Belichick, and I know Belichick's the best, come on, man. Most of these guys that we like are trying to motivate their players. Hey, on the other side of the ball, Mike Tomlin. I love the way that guy is with his players, man.
But listen, though, there's a big difference, though. Mike Tomlin is literally, that's his job. He's a motivator. He doesn't call defense. He doesn't call offense. He's not an X's and O's. He's literally just a motivator. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we have to get him then assign it, like I said last week, then assign the job to somebody else.
Let me be the motivator. Let me go up
Let's have you on the sideline.
Let me get on the sideline and start slapping these dudes, man.
Let's get a petition. That's exactly what they need.
I'll go with no helmet, just banging my head against the helmets. Let's go, come on.
All joking aside, man, that would work.
I will get them.
But you know what? But at the same time,
halftime speeches, I need all that.
He had them all playing hard, man. Once again,
I was gonna say they play like they're motivated.
They do.
They play like they never count themselves out, which I like.
They know.
But yeah, I'm excited about this week's game because I really feel like it's a winnable game. I really do, and I know Brady looked. He looked a lot better week 2, but I still think this is I think the Broncos on the low, they have the advantage of playing with house money now. Because, like, for the rest of the year, I think. Because people are really like, fam, they're missing all these dudes. If we do anything, it's amazing. And I don't think we're the team that's going to lay down. I think we're the team that's going to fight all the way to the end.
No, we've already shown that.
Then you get to the end of the season, it's like, oh, shit, Locke's back, Bouyer's back, Lindsey's back. And then you're like, wait a minute, Vaughn might come back for the playoffs? Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might get real interesting, man.
Yeah. Now, we got to talk about this because it happened today. This is breaking news. You know what I mean?
Wait, I don't know.
Are you happy with Blake Bortles?
No. But I'm not mad either, though. I'll tell you
why. That's what I'm saying. But everybody keeps bitching about it. Like, we needed a backup. Who was going to – what if something happens to Driscoll? Who was going to play quarterback?
I agree 100%.
People act like, what was our plan? We had to sign somebody.
An emergency quarterback for a couple weeks that's playing for the minimum. Shut up. And he's got actual game experience.
I was so surprised how pissed people were, man.
He worked into the playoffs before, damn near beat the Patriots, got robbed because of some bullshit calls, to be honest with you. Like, I'll take that guy as an emergency quarterback over Royce Freeman or Brett Rypien. I don't even know who Brett Rypien is.
Nah, man, I agree with you.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it at all. But don't get it twisted. I'm not like, oh, he's going to be our guy. I'm like, yeah, it's a good – I ain't mad at it. Bring in a guy with some experience just in case this dude gets hurt.
That's it. All right, man. So you feel good about Tampa Bay. So do I, man. And we're back at home. And like I said, that's right. We're going to have fans this time too.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to have like 6,000 of them.
Which should help. And I always believe in the 5280, the altitude. So
Sidebar.
I'm feeling real good about this week.
Is Fangio on your punch in the face list for not wearing the mask at the game?
You know what, man? You're saying Fangio didn't wear a mask?
He didn't wear a mask. The NFL fined him 100 G's, and they fined the team $250,000.
It just didn't even hit me, man. I was too into the game.
Him?
Yeah, I mean, he would have been in the running for sure, man. That's a real stupid thing to do.
It was him, Pete Carroll, and one more coach that got fined this week. And then now they're saying both teams on Monday Night Football didn't do it either.
His old wrinkly ass better realize he gonna go night-night. He gets the corona. You know what I mean? I don't know what that's about. Let me find out. He's an idiot, man, with the public life. You know what I mean? One of them non-maskers.
Yeah.
They was on punching the face list first week.
I know.
Oh man, he already was kind of. Now he's not wearing a mask.
No mask.
Come on, you a grandpa. You gotta wear a mask. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta wear it, man.
I don't know what he said. He looks like he lost a lot of weight to me. Did you notice
He
that?
did.
Or is that just me?
No, he did.
Oh, so
he lost
he
a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight on purpose.
So he
said,
losing
you know
all
why
that
he lost
weight to live. He's losing all that weight to live longer.
No.
And now
You know
Papa's not wearing a
You know why
mask.
his whack ass lost weight? This is so corny and soft to me. It was because he said he was watching himself on TV watching the tape, and he was like embarrassed because normally as a D coordinator he's not shown a lot, but now he's shown a lot, and he's like, I was looking crazy, and I was like, damn, I gotta lose weight.
I respect that, man.
I do too, but it's still kind of funny.
You ain't never done that, yo. That happened. Come on, I know it's happening. It's happened to me a bunch of times. I'll go walk by my truck right on work, and the sun's on it. See my reflection. Wait a minute, man. Is that me? Oh, hell no.
Think of him, like, you think about this dude as like this Italian mafia dude. And
I
like,
know.
He's
who don't care.
Aww.
Listen, everybody cares, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
People say they don't care. They care.
Yeah.
We all care, man.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to be ridiculed. Come on.
You're right. You're right. Oh, man.
All right, man. So what else around the league? Did anything else around the NFL catch your eye?
I mean, the injuries, we could talk about that. Injuries are crazy this year. And honestly, at first I blame the NFL, and part of me blames the NFL. But I think a bigger part of me blames the players because
they didn't get themselves prepared, man.
No, not even. They argued to not have a preseason and to not have that many practices. They didn't want to have a full offseason because of COVID fears. They didn't want to have a preseason. It was like, let's just hurry up and get it over with. Let's just get to the games. And now you went 0 to 100 real quick, and you see all the ligaments. When I see ligament tears, it's because you're just stretching your junk too damn fast. You didn't ease your body into it. Push a little bit further, a little bit further, a few plays first game, 3 series the second game, 3 quarters the third game. You just and you have to win the game. You're not just I'm playing 80% half speed.
I didn't know you were into the medical field, man. That's impressive. Dr. Fred over here.
Yeah, man. I saw that joke. I'm like, man, this is definitely because they jumped into playing 100% speed. And then
I also think it's because guys didn't prepare properly. You know what I'm saying? They could have done a lot of that stuff on their own. It's not on you don't have to have a mini camp. You can do look at some of these guys. You know what I mean? Look at like Jerry Jeudy in the offseason. All that. Believe me, a lot of those guys, man. Watch me jinx Judy now, right? The way we're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Come on.
And these are big.
A lot of guys weren't prepared.
You're seeing guys go out for the season like Court and Saquon,
crazy.
Irvin. It's like these are big names.
It's funny because you always have people say, if someone would have told you at the beginning of the year, about the pandemic, what would you think it's like if someone would have told me, if they would have said to me, Leaf, listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but Cortland Sutton's going to be out for the year. Vaughn Miller's going to be out for the year. Drew Lock's going to get hurt in the second week. I would have told him I don't want to have the season. But I'll be honest with you, because I would have thought it was meaningless. But somehow, just like you're saying, this team has me feeling like there's still a chance. There's something here. Yeah. I want to watch the game Sunday.
I feel like I feel like it's almost like a like life trying to scare us, like trying to punk us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo, you got punched in the mouth ASAP. What are you gonna do? Is it over? And somebody had a great point on Instagram. They were like, yo, thinking that it's over right now is the same thing as if we were 2-0 and we thought it was over. I mean, like we thought we were gonna win the Super Bowl guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because we won the first. Man, it's a long season, bro. It's a whole bunch of other teams that could get hurt. It's you don't know how good Driscoll is. Be honest with you, like, not for nothing, neither one of them played many games, him or Drew Lock. We're just projecting. But
no, I felt like the announcers too were, I forget who it was. I don't remember who called the game. Do you? He was real positive about Jeff Driscoll. And I remember Driscoll coming in Detroit.
Yeah, last year when we played
and they actually started playing a little bit better a couple of games.
Yeah.
Listen, he looked good to me. I think we're going to be okay.
He looks solid.
Going in against the Steelers with no preparation.
Yo, and then crazy. The other thing, I really don't want to do this to Court because I have nothing but the utmost respect for Court. But sometimes when you lose a big, like, main number one kind of guy on your team, they say it's like the addition by subtraction. Like what they were trying to say, what happened with the Texans losing, what is his name, Hopkins?
Yeah, how's that working out?
Yeah, it's not working out at all for the Texans. But with the Broncos, I'm going to be honest with you, everybody kept saying in the training camp, even though we didn't watch any, but I kept hearing Drew Lock really likes Cortland. He just keeps throwing to Cortland. Like, it was lot of that. And I'm like, when you got Noah Fant, Jerry Jeudy, you got 2 backs that can catch, you got KJ, you got Deshaun, you know what I'm saying? You got Spencer, you got Patrick. You got so many guys. You really should throw to the open man. You should not just be like, I'm comfortable with him. So I feel like we get a chance to be more like a Warriors, Golden State Warriors type of team, like where it just goes to the open man. You know what I mean? So it might not hurt us as bad. Granted, I'm looking for silver linings. So
I know you are.
I might be reaching a little. But I really think we got enough weapons that shouldn't be.
Me too.
As far as the Von Miller loss, then now I don't know if you heard about Draymond Jones and DeMarcus Walker.
What?
The injuries on defense starting to pile up, man. They starting to pile up, and we already didn't seem like we had a pass rush these last 2 weeks. We don't really have a pass rush. We got to get more creative with our blitz packages or something because we're not really putting enough pressure on these quarterbacks. But, however, with that said, somehow our team is not getting sauced on. People ain't just getting big. And even those 2 touchdowns, they were both like the rookie made a couple mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that was offensive pass interference.
No. See, I didn't want to get into that. I don't even want to get on this guy. Because I thought about it. He's a rookie. The only thing that bothered me, and I've been practicing his name.
When he got trucked by Juju.
I've been practicing his name, so I want to try to see if I can say it. OJ Mudia. I say that right?
OJ Mudia.
I fucked it up. Yep. I call him 23. Only thing I have a problem with is when he complained to the ref as he's running down the field in live action. Never in my life have I ever seen anything like this. Ain't basketball, man. Yeah. You know, you ain't crying about a foul.
Yeah.
This is football. You're letting your guy run into the end zone. That was a big one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a couple of
with that said, I watched that call get called like 4 or 5 times with like the game on the line.
I don't know, man.
Full extension. That's offensive pass interference, man.
But you can't yell at the referee during a football game. Like during the action.
No, I agree with him. He shouldn't have yelled. I agree 100% with that. But I'm also mad at the ref for missing that call. Because to me,
he stopped stride and went like this to the ref.
To me, that's clearly pass interference, though. Did you agree that was pass interference?
He made a couple of mistakes. Well, it was close. But what I'm getting back to is we wondered, like, why did they get rid of Bowsby? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like they said this kid is like so whatever. But it's like, come on. Those were some big mistakes, man.
They were.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna give him a couple weeks because he's a rookie. I cannot get
the drop interception was big, but you got to look at this though too. That game, he dropped the interception. The game before that, he gets his interception called back from Dino. So on the low, he keeps putting himself in position to make plays.
But he got to start making the plays.
Yeah, he's got to make the plays.
Now, I think we probably going on a little bit too long now.
Yeah.
On these Broncos, you know. But around the league, I don't know if you saw this. I want to bring this up because me and you had a little conversation Sunday night about Cam. You know, we were just saying between us, but we both cheering for Cam. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that are. You know,
I don't like the Patriots, but I love me some Cam Newton.
Yes, sir. And we want to see him succeed. You know, because a lot of people, I think I'm going for Cam, and obviously, as always, it's fuck Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And it works out perfect to where we can argue. That it's Belichick, not Brady.
That it's Belichick.
Right?
Yep.
We're cheering for Belichick because we know it's him, not Brady, right? Mm-hmm. And now we got Cam, and we want Cam to show. You know, and we talked about it, right? Yep. I'll keep that as a private conversation. But, man, my buddy sent me this thing today. I don't know if you've seen it, man. Have you heard the list of the guys in the NFL playing quarterback, and a lot of them are backups that all got more guaranteed money than Cam Newton this year?
Yo.
Would you like me to read the list, sir?
Yo,
Because I know you probably know a few.
No, I was mad about. I saw that shit today on the ESPN. I was like, 1.75.
Well, I'm just gonna read the list.
Bro.
I'm gonna read the list of the guys in that. You ain't even gonna believe this, man. And don't think that I'm making this up because it's gonna go for a long time.
Backups making more than him.
It's gonna go for a long time. You ready?
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, Blaine Gabbert, Brett Hundley, Colt McCoy, Jeff Driscoll, Chase Daniel, Marcus Mariota, Case Keenum, A.J. McCarron, Chan Henne, Matt Schaub, Matt Barkley, and here comes the final one, Nathan Peterman. Can you believe that shit, man?
What's
going on with that? Who do you
blame for that, though? I feel like you got to blame Cam and his agent.
Man, but why is that? I almost feel like,
Cam.
But you don't think there's a negative connotation towards Cam, and maybe there shouldn't be?
Well, let me give you this. I'll give you two reasons. Number one, there was a lot of injury concerns. People were wondering if he was going to be good. There's that. So a lot of people were just kicking the tires on him. Very few teams were even knocking on the door. Then you got the attitude concerns. He got a real kind of character assassination from the media. They always say Cam is a diva, Cam is a this. So he had to overcome that. And I felt like he was willing to take – like he said, he didn't give a shit about his money this year. He said he was like, yo.
And I respect that.
I'm going to go with this dude. He going to maximize how you supposed to use me for real. You know what I mean? He going to showcase me on a team that's always good. You know what I mean? I'm going to have a chance to probably play in the playoffs for once again. Well,
I understand his thing, but I think
he's betting on himself like, yo, I'm going to get a stupid payday, though. Instead of getting a decent little 3-year whatever, he's like, but I still feel like somehow, some way you should have walked away with at least like $6-7 million. They were going to give Talib $6 million to guard tight ends, and he said, nah, I'm good. So how they give Cam 1.75 to be the starting quarterback? That shit's insane.
I mean, besides being a terrible dresser, man, I don't know what he's being penalized for.
Yeah.
I really don't. You know. All right, so just staying with that real quick. Have you heard this Tyrod Taylor story, bro?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It came out today that Tyrod Taylor, the reason he was out on Sunday is because the team doctor injected him with a pain medication, the needle, and punctured his fucking lung. I mean, what is going on here, man? Like, seriously. And now it just came out like an hour ago. The NFL Players Association is starting an investigation. Like, how? Like, I could see if you were given the shot. I would be like, of course, man. You know what I mean? Or me. But the team doctor, you puncture the lung. I don't know, man. It just struck me as just, I almost wanted to put it in the crazy, you know, because it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like one of the crazy stories, man.
Yeah, man.
I
don't know.
Wild. Sidebar, other notes around the league. The Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray looked ridiculous, shockingly. The Raiders look like they're not going to be easy out for nobody this year. That offense looked real good.
I don't want to go too crazy with that.
Russell Wilson.
Is Russell Wilson.
Is fucking phenomenal.
You know, in the fact I want to say, the most impressive thing I've heard, not only has this guy not missed a snap, he's never missed a practice. I'm not saying that wrong. He's never missed one practice.
Wow.
Phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Another dude we could have drafted, but I think we got like Brock Osweiler, I think.
Oh man, how are you going to bring up Brock Osweiler, man? I thought we tried to move past the two losses.
Maybe it was Paxton. It might have been Paxton.
Well, that's even worse, man. Now you just brought up Paxton Lynch. What are you trying to do, man?
It's probably Brock.
Brock. Now you back to Brock. Let's just stop that, man. That had nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? So listen, I think that's it for the football, right?
Sure.
What do you think, man? I mean, we could talk football all day, but you know what I'm saying?
You excited?
So anyways, man.
Shout out to the Nuggets.
So I'm just going to say quick, How tough is this team? And me and you, we are not saying to anybody anywhere in this world that we are Denver Nugget fans. We are not. We're not bandwagon jumpers. We are Bronco fans, right? Who both love the Broncos. But if you ain't inspired by this team, you ain't got to be a fan.
And I got a lot of friends that are Nuggets fans.
And they should be up 2-1. They should be up 2-1.
Bruh, they did them dirty the first game with all them penalties. But that second game, did you see AD? And you know he yelled Kobe? He said,
man,
Kobe.
He really did. I did not know that. Is that a true story?
The true story. He yelled,
incredible.
He said Kobe while he was shooting it. They were wearing the Mamba jerseys.
Incredible.
I'm like, I ain't mad at that. I kind of like.
I'm still mad, but you know, unbelievable. Any other series is just, you know, you can't pick that series. It's 2-1. I think the game 4 is tonight. Boston and Miami, they're gonna go down to the wire.
No. Boston, Miami's tonight.
I just said that.
Oh, okay. I think Boston, Miami's game 3.
We'll have to rewind that. No, it's game 4. It's 2-1. It's 2-1.
Yeah. Game 4. Yeah.
Come on, man. You all right?
I'm tripping. It is. Yo, Boston has no business being down 2-1 right now. I love me some Jimmy Butler.
Agreed.
Got some great shooters.
Hey, I think Boston's better, but Miami's been doing it the whole playoffs, man.
Yeah, they have. But I'm gonna need Boston to play like Boston today.
Yeah. Okay.
I want the legendary matchup, man. I want the legendary.
Yeah, me too.
I want that.
Me too. Old school.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Old school. Let's just hope they bring back the gold and purple sneakers and the green sneakers for the Celtics.
I tell you,
don't get me on a rant again.
I don't think the Lakers losing though. It's the only thing. Because they're playing for Kobe.
I'm sticking with Denver until it's over. And Denver's shown they can beat them.
They have, and I would love to see the upset. But part of me is like, damn, they're trying to act like this is for Kobe. And that part
at
of
least you all right. As long as you ain't on your LeBron shit, you know me and you're okay.
If it's for Kobe, so I don't know. I fucks with Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So do I, man. So do I. I throw away my garbage to this day. Kobe. Anything I ever throw to this day in my life, Kobe.
Hey.
Or as I used to say when I used to gamble a lot, that was one guy, Kobe. You liked having money on that guy, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
He's another level. All right, man. So we're going to get off our Kobe tribute, although it's never a bad time to have a Kobe tribute, right?
Word.
All right, man. What's up with your boy, man?
Who's my boy?
Staying with the sports, and now we're going to music and hip-hop. I don't have to tell you this. What is going on with your boy?
Who is my boy again? I know you're not talking about
Kanye, man. Kanye.
How did Kanye become my boy, man? I'm going to need you to explain this.
Because you always defended him to me. You know how I feel about him.
I only defend the lies. When you say he hasn't made a good song in 10 years, I'm like.
He hasn't made a good song in 10 years. I think it's more than 10 years.
That's a lie.
And then you'll say like this, what about? I don't even know what songs you're talking about.
Everything
That's how bad they are.
Everything we need.
That's the song. He sings me the Kobe songs.
Him and Ty Dolla $ign. We got everything we need. Ooh, 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 ooh.
That's the one.
We got everything we need.
Okay. But, okay, so you're saying there's only one.
No, I'm not saying that. You said
I'm saying there's none. No, you just said there's one. I said
well,
none.
because you don't count all the ones he produced. You're only counting the ones where he's rapping.
I'm not counting the producer. I said him. Songs he made as the artist.
There's not that.
You said there's one. I'm just glad to get that out of you. You said there's one in 10 years. Thank you.
No. There's like 3.
What?
There's like 3.
So what? You heard about what he did this week? You know, he's still mad about all the stuff you talked about last week, by the way, when you got at him, and I appreciate that.
I'm so sick of this.
Did I thank you for that yet?
Bro.
So this week, he put a Grammy in his toilet bowl, and he pissed on it. Put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, put it on, you know, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. So this guy was really pissed off. You know what I mean? No pun intended.
To me, he's just so wrong on the issue. Like I told Brandon, I told you guys, it's kind of appalling to me because you look at artists who don't go after stupid ass deals, and and then you see a dude who's like, yo, you took millions of dollars, yo. You didn't have, nobody put a gun to your head to do that. You know what I mean? And you signed up for the engine behind that. For example, like if you never got with that major label, you never become Kanye West, and you never become $5 billion from your Adidas sneakers. Let's keep that in mind when you talk about anything you're talking about. So for them to say, yeah, we own the masters, that you signed a whole 40-page packet to give us the rights to, I'm like, yo, where's the foul? That's their business, bro. They're in the business of buying your music, yo. And they pay you handsomely up front, and you agree to get some kind of split from the portions of the sales. Ongoing. A lot of good deals in the record industry is like, oh, he's getting $2 an album. But
you talk about a guy
money to market the album. You're not putting the money up for it to go to radio. You're not putting up the money. You're going 50-50 on like touring and music videos and stuff like that. But you're getting the machine behind you, right? So
of course,
I'm like looking at it like, fam, if you wanted to stay independent, you could have did that and had your backpack and gone that route. You didn't though. So I don't understand your gripe at all. Like the system's not messed up. I mean, there's things about the system that need to change. If you want to talk about streaming rates and how much people get per stream and how we need a union to like argue on our own behalf and say like, yo, those aren't fair numbers, whatever, we want a bigger cut of the revenue share with Spotify, stuff like that. That's one thing. But to say, yo, this ain't fair that they got our masters, when you sign your masters away, they don't have my masters, Kanye. And you're the last person I want to hear fighting this fight. Like, I don't want to hear you complain about nothing.
You talk about a guy not appreciating the blessings, man.
What are you even?
And that's the problem I've always had with him. That's the problem I've always had. He's just not humble. He's not appreciative. And now he's crying like he's a victim. Like, are you kidding me?
Yo, it's
Come
so
on,
much.
man.
I don't want to judge people because I'm not with judgment like that. But like,
right.
I feel a way, man.
Well, let me do it.
I feel a way, and I don't want to feel a way, but I feel a way. I feel a way about him repping my guy, everybody's guy, the way he's repping him, and then being so frivolous like he is. Like, he's so about money, yo. Like, ooh, I got $5 billion. You know why I look down at 1 billionaires? Because they can't go to Taco Bell and still have their billion.
This is why he's always.
I watched a documentary the other day by accident. It was an ad that came on YouTube before I was watching something, and it was for this organization called Charity Water, right? And it ended up being like, you could skip it after a few seconds or whatever. But I ended up watching 19 minutes straight. I couldn't turn it off. It was a whole documentary about this organization and how they came to be what they are. Long story short, the company's amazing, yo. And they're fighting this problem that's like so big in the world. It's like 700 million people that don't have clean water, yo. Like, they're drinking like disgustingness. There is little girls walking miles and miles and miles to fetch their family like a bucket of like swamp.
This fucking guy's got $5 billion bitching about. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to give $4 billion of that at least to go get some water, man. I don't understand how people sleep at night that claim they're here to do God's work, that claim they're Moses,
Please.
and you talking about you need more money, bruh. Go waste that energy somewhere else, yo.
So let's get back. Now you're starting to come around. Let's get back to my idea. It's time to get at these billionaires, man. It's time to get at them.
This is what I'm saying.
This is what's wrong with the world, bro.
I don't think the problem is becoming a
Come on, man.
This is the thing. I was going to say this, too, because there's nuance to it. So, for example, Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos made $72 billion during the pandemic. But his made is his worth. His net worth went up because his stock value of his company went up and he has that many shares. That's not liquid money sitting in his bank account that he can use. That's what his company is worth.
Exactly.
However, what he does do with his liquid, you got to go look at the stuff this dude is doing for the world. He's clearly invested in trying to make the world a better place. I just watched him give $100 million to some clean water shit. I see him taking his whole company and saying, we want our...
But that seems like a lot to us, but that's like me and you giving $10 to a guy standing out front of 7-Eleven. You don't have the right mentality with it, bro.
I got what you're saying, but I'm saying trying to make your company zero carbon emissions. He's doing a lot of things that make you
well, at least he's doing that, yeah.
He's doing a lot of things, though, that are like, yo, he's really trying to actually, he seems committed to trying to make the world a better place. With Kanye, I see a lot of self-serving, feed my ego bullshit all the time.
Come on, man.
And I'm
You're
like,
coming around, man. Listen.
I would love to have a conversation.
I appreciate you.
I would love to have a conversation with him and say, Kanye, man, do you think your energy would be better spent fighting to get masters that you signed away yourself, or like, you know what I mean, getting these kids some water?
To like real social injustice, real exact. There's a million things we could list. That's what I'm saying. It's got to always be about him, man. I'm glad you see in the light, man.
Sure, I'm not trying to judge him. I'm just saying, I'm disappointed, yo.
So there was one point, just quick, and I hate it, and I'm not doing this right now because we going on too long. Jill making dinner over here and all this. Now listen to me, because you bring it up every once in a while.
Time out though. If you could support the charity water.org company, please do so. They have a 100% business model where their overhead, their expenses, their staff, they get some whole separate people to say, yo, we'll cover that. Then all their donations that they get straight to the people to give them water, yo. Building wells in like communities with no water and shit.
It's how a charity should be.
That shit
how
is
charity's
amazing,
supposed
man.
to be.
I think it's one of the greatest causes in the world.
So I was going to go on a bunch of things with your guys, Cinco D, Draft Dodging, Donald, David Dennison, you know. Cinco D, I think I want to remind maybe some people that don't know the name. Just real quick. I'm not going to get him a lot today. It's 5 Ds because he dodged the draft not once, but twice. But 3 times he got scared. The 4th time he was real scared. The 5th time they said he pissed his pants. He dodged the draft 5 times, man. Do you know anybody who's dodged the draft 5 times? I don't. But anyways, so Cinco D, because you bring it up a lot, and a lot of people do. And I'll be honest, if there is one thing that I've been happy about since he's been president, was the criminal justice. No.
You tell me that Muhammad Ali is the GOAT for not participating in that war.
Oh, yeah. True. You're right. But you know what you're doing. Why do you do stuff like this? It's a total different situation. Ali's was a religious belief, okay? Which you have the right to in this country, in America, right? Freedom of religion, okay? And it was about principles. His was just about being, you know, a little scared bitch, all right? So let's clear that up. Are we going to keep that on tape? I want that kept on tape. So let's keep going. So what he did today was they saying that the people around him, somebody leaked it out that he is so pissed off that he did the criminal justice reform and it didn't help his numbers with the minorities at all. And he's been screaming as representatives, why did you have me do that? My ratings haven't gone up at all with the black community. At nothing. What did I do it for? You understand, man? So let's remember now, and I've always said that, you know, he was doing that to get Kim Kardashian to come to the White House, number 1, and number 2, to get his ratings up. You know what I mean? That's it. It wasn't a good-natured thing that he loves the minorities and wants to help. You understand? So I found that as a huge story that I saw today, and I already knew it. But that's it. I was going to go off more, but like I said, we run it on. I'm going to keep the show going. Are you ready to get into the crazy?
I am.
And now last week we said we kind of stayed in hip hop. We did all this thing. We back to the real crazy. You hear me?
America nonsense.
Middle of the heartland.
The Florida.
But you know what?
It's
crazy. This first one, though, this first story, you ain't even ready for this, man. You're not ready for this. Comes out of San Diego. So we can't really get at the South and, you know, they dating their cousins. It's not the cousins dating each other. It's a lot different. 31-year-old female scuba diver, right?
Well, I like your shirt, by the way.
Yeah, man. You know this me right here. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about. Give a kid a dream, right? So.
Damn, I just messed up my butt.
So anyways, man, the female scuba diver in San Diego.
Not getting better.
posted a video on a porn site. Are you listening to me?
Right.
You're messing with your makeup, and I'm talking about a woman in San Diego being in the water with 2 male dolphins. You see what I'm getting at here?
I hope I don't know where you're getting at. I hope I don't know what you're getting
That's
at.
what the animals.
This is the crazy.
I hope I don't know what you're getting at.
Hey, Jill just said to me, "What's with the animals?" I said, "This is the heart and soul."
I hope I don't know what you're getting at. What are you getting at, Leaf?
This female scuba diver in San Diego had sexual intercourse with 2 dolphins and filmed it and put it on a porn site.
How do you know that?
Can you hear me? My research.
How
Jill
exactly,
just said, "How do I know that?"
How exactly
I
know
did
that?
my research. You understand? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
now?
but I get what she's saying too. She's trying to ask you, like, what level of research is you talking about? Did you watch the website? Did you watch the website, fam? She's trying to ask if you watched it. Did you watch this?
I'm gonna tell you this. They had the tape on the story. I didn't watch the tape, but they have the tape. She put it on a porn site. The research I did, they had the tape on there. I didn't take the time. I'm not really into that.
No.
I'm
Not
into
really?
the dolphins.
You're not really into it?
No, I'm not at all. At all. So now she's being charged with, by the state of California, bestiality and sexual exploitation of wildlife. Okay?
Good. How
Now,
many
her
years?
defense, listen to her defense. You
That
ready
they're
for her
mammals.
defense?
That they're mammals?
They are mammals. Jared made a good point earlier. Do they even have a
They do.
thingy thing? They do. The shit's real.
They gotta-
I don't appreciate the questioning of my research in my own home.
Yo.
You understand?
Bro, how did she get
So no-
dolphins to bang her, yo? This is disgusting.
So
but
listen,
interesting
according to
at the
her,
same time.
according to her, sir, these 2 dudes been hitting on her for weeks. Every time she's down there scuba diving, they're like, they take their nose and they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're
So
gross.
finally she gave it. I'm not gross. It's the story.
You become like you're
This is a
No,
crazy
according to the
story,
story, I
Lee.
hate this stuff. I'm uncomfortable with this stuff, but is it a crazy story?
This is a crazy story, Lee.
So listen to her defense. This is what I like.
My dogs do that every day.
She says the state of California, her lawyer said the state of California does not have jurisdiction underwater.
Do the dolphins have lawyers?
You know what I mean? And her second defense is that it was the dolphins. She knows these 2 guys. She's seen them. I don't know what their names are. Let's get back to the names.
This
Remember
is
we used to
some
do that.
Dr.
What are these
Dolittle
dolphins' names,
weird
man?
shit.
What are these dolphins' names? We got to give them names.
Flipper?
Leave.
Who?
Flipper?
Flipper and...
Leave.
Would you be quiet?
And leave.
Jeez.
No, you come up with the names, man.
It's Flipper and JoJo.
Okay. Flipper.
She claims that Flipper and JoJo been hitting on her for weeks, man.
So they just bone them?
You're not on the podcast.
Well, I'm making dinner.
I apologize about that, man.
So
Unbelievable.
crazy.
That's not a crazy story.
It is a crazy story. It's a nasty story, but it's like, what if they turn it
I'm not
into
trying
like
to be
a Disney-
nasty.
What if they turn it into a Disney movie love story about these 2 dolphins that fall in love
Flipper and JoJo.
with a mermaid?
She's
But it
not a
wasn't
mermaid.
really a mermaid. It was a scuba diver they thought was a mermaid.
Yes. Let me find out she
I'm
wore the
saying
damn.
Beauty
the
and the
flippers.
Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
She
is
does wear the
bestiality.
flippers.
Beauty and the Beast is bestiality.
Yeah. I never thought of it like that. A crime on national TV. A children's story with a physical crime on national TV. Yeah, look who's talking. Jill was watching that the other day.
What?
Beauty and the Beast. And you're getting mad at me for the dolphin story.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
He turned into a
All right, so it wasn't that good. Well, I was happy with it.
I thought it was a good story.
Okay. So now we're going to Michigan. Now we're really getting into the heart. You know what I mean. You know how they do. You know what I
I've
mean?
been to Michigan.
Yeah, man, let me tell you. Ray, you've been to Canton,
I
Ohio,
want to
man.
go to a Michigan Notre Dame game one time.
Yeah, I hear you.
One time.
I would like to do that too. So in Michigan,
oh,
they
by the
called
way, I like Notre Dame as a football team, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. I know that. I used to be, man. When Rudy came out, man, I had a good 10-year run.
That's what did it for me. That's what did it for me.
But it cost me a lot of money gambling, man. I used to call my bookie. He'd answer the phone. I'd just say, Rudy, Rudy, Rudy. And I would put that's a true story, by the way. And me saying Rudy did not help any of the bets, sir.
Yo, did you bet on them when they played Alabama when they had Teo?
No, that's when I was already done with Notre Dame. You know, I'll be honest. I've been off from.
I didn't expect that shit, yo. I would have bet on
5 years. Yeah,
I would have bet on them. They got smacked around, yo.
So now we're in Michigan, man. 20-year-old girl, healthy, goes into cardiac arrest at her home. EMS comes. They give her 30 minutes of CPR, this and that. She ain't coming back. You know what I mean? So they pronounce her dead. 20 years old. Parents are crying. Everybody's upset. So 30 minutes later, they come to take her to the funeral home. And I guess wherever they do it in Michigan, it's the fire department. What they noticed was the body was still like making movements. They thought they saw a chest rise. Like maybe she's not dead. And then the fire department said, no, that's what the dead bodies do. Jill worked at a nursing home for a long time as a nurse, and she's vouching for it. They make these movements after they're dead. You know what I mean? It's the air that's left in their bodies. We got a new person on the show doing the. We got an MD on the staff. Did you know that, man? We got an MD on the staff. So anyways, so they take her to the funeral home. Now it takes about 20 minutes to get to the funeral home. They get her to the funeral home, and it's about 10 minutes later they put her in the funeral home, whatever. They see her moving again, man. Do you know this girl was still alive? And they were trying to what if they'd have put her in the damn thing when they slam you in that drawer? You know what if they slammed her in the drawer, man?
What if they lit her on fire and poured the damn
what if she was
embalming fluid and shit in her?
Yes. Anyways,
I want to know why couldn't they tell that she was alive?
Because she started moving, and then the fire department was like, no. What is it? The air in the there's still air in the lungs.
Why couldn't they tell that she was alive if she was alive?
Like she had no heart rate.
So no, when she got to the funeral, she kept doing it. Then they realized she was alive. Wait a minute. It's 20 minutes later. We don't know the cause of death. So
there was no death.
They rushed her to the hospital, and she lived, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. But is that crazy?
Crazy.
Is that a crazy story?
I would love to talk to her.
That can happen, man.
I would like to talk to her like, what happened? Did you go to heaven? Because a lot of these people be saying they went to heaven.
Oh, he made a good point. Did you go to heaven? Did she see the light?
Mad at these people be saying.
Did she go to the bright light?
It was like,
was she flying to the bright light, man?
It'd be like, I was chilling. It was a crazy,
right?
All these colors. And then I see my grandma. And then it was like, no, you got to go back. And I was like, what?
There's people who've done that, right?
Mad people, yo.
Yeah. They all talk about the light, no?
Yeah.
Jill said they're all crazy.
Don't tell
There ain't no damn light. Anyways, man. All right. So I got one more. Now you're going to say now she's not going to like this one. I told her I was going to do it.
I'm not here.
Now we're getting back to where we said that Michigan was getting back to what we talked about, but now we're really getting back to where the crazy stories come from. Oklahoma, man.
Okay.
Oklahoma. You know what I mean? A real red state. Real red. So anyways, man, there's this woman driving. I guess she didn't stop at a stop sign. Cop comes to pull her over, right? She takes a while to pull over. He pulls her over. He says, what the hell you doing? This and that. She tells the cop she's got to go to the bathroom. Real bad. She cannot stop. You understand? He runs her. She got no license, no insurance. The only identification she has is a marijuana card, which is fine. We love we're supporters of the marijuana cards, right? On this show. It's not a problem. So he goes back to his car. She's got a warrant. He comes back, tells her, get out of the car, you're under arrest. She takes off. She said, I have to go to the bathroom. She takes off. She takes him on a friggin' 10-mile speed chase, 70 miles per hour the whole time, running red lights, almost killing people. This crazy bitch. You understand? Because she got to go number 2, man. You understand? She got allegedly, but she obviously meant it. They finally get her after this long chase, 70 miles per hour. They arrest her, put her in the cop car. She starts telling the cop, I'm going to go right here, right now. You understand? So a big thing goes on. I don't know what happened. I'm not saying she went to the bathroom, but she was arrested. They found methamphetamine, shockingly, in her car and whatever. But, you know.
Bro, this
so let me ask
story
you this, man.
is very anticlimactic. How do you not end with, and she shit all over the back of the cop car?
I'll be honest. I didn't really have the ending, and I was going to say that. But I wanted to be, you know, we're very big on research on this show, and we fact check. I don't know if you know this.
I have that
check.
she shit in the car after at the end. I don't think the story makes the cut, yo.
Damn it. Okay, but for the record, I'm 2 for 3 this week.
Yes.
What are you doing?
2 for 3, but also I feel like the Tyrod Taylor was kind of crazy too. So 3 out of 4.
And that's a good one. You know how bad that is if you get your lung punctured, man?
Is he gonna die?
It's no good. How bad is a punctured lung, babe? Yeah, Jill just put up a sign. I don't know if this is true. The 2 weeks in a row, I put crazy stories up about shit and sex with animals. Is that true?
Yeah.
There wasn't no sex with animals last week.
It was jerking off dogs.
Oh, jerking off.
Yeah. And OBJ was on. Damn, 2 weeks.
I gotta tell you, man, she's not happy. She's not a fan. She's not a fan of either one, bro.
Yo. Oh man.
All right, man. So I'm 2 for 3. I think that's pretty good. I thought the Oklahoma story was good, but it's true. Like, what was the climax, right?
Yeah, man. She got her shit in the car.
Yeah. Damn it. I should have exaggerated. But I'm by the book, you know.
You don't want to mess up your credibility with the audience, man.
I try to keep my credibility, man. I try to deliver, man. All right. So, anyways, man, you got anything else you want to talk about, or is it ready for punch in the face and why you're mad? You let me know. Last week you brought up a few things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me hear your punch in the face, and I'll think about my why I'm mad. The problem is I'm never mad.
Oh, I forgot something, man. And it's funny because it kind of messes up the order, but I like that now.
Oh, I know why I'm mad. I brought it up, but I'll use it as my why I'm mad.
I forgot something, man. What? And what I wanted to try to do with the show is I think sometimes we go into the Broncos, and yeah, a lot of people want it, a lot of your fans love that, you know what I mean? And I feel like we go a certain way, and then I get into politics, and it's like kind of – so I'm trying to mix it up here.
Okay.
We haven't talked about the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, passing away this week, man. God rest her soul. Big shout out to her. Only the second woman in the history of this country on the Supreme Court, right?
Oh, wow.
This woman was a warrior, a soldier for social justice, for women's rights, for social equality for over 30 years. And she's been fighting cancer over and over and over again. And all she wanted to do.
People too, right?
What's that? Of course, she was a warrior and a soldier for the LGBT community, man. That's what she's about. A loving, caring human being, man. So I wanted to make sure we recognized her. And I wanted to say 2 things about her. All right? 2 things. Number one, she was asked a long time ago, how do you feel about being the second woman, and what would your goals be for the Supreme Court? You understand? And she said, I want to see 9 women on the Supreme Court. You understand? That's the type of fighter she was. And then the guy said, 9, that's kind of, She said, how is that crazy? There have been 9 men for 100 years. You understand? That was Ruth Bader Ginsburg in a nutshell. And the other thing I respect about her is, I don't know how much you follow that. I know you don't watch the news too much. She's been sick, bro, for like 2 years. And all she's been fighting to do is to hang on until we get the old draft dodger out of office. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is going to lead right into my punch in the face list. Right into it.
He's trying to hurry up and get
you know, yep, and get another conservative in there. But here's where it gets interesting. You know what her last words were to her granddaughter?
Tell them niggas to wait.
Yep. Tell them I do not want Trump to replace me until after the election. So here comes.
That's some bullshit request, though. What? You know damn well, people with power don't give up their power easily.
But here comes my punch. Here, can you let me talk for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
You let me talk all the time. It's ridiculous. I talk more than you. So that's kind of an apology on my part. But listen to me. My punch in the face list is for Cinco D, right? The old draft dodger, the old scaredy cat, Mr. Bankruptcy. All right, now number 2, it's all these Republican senators, as well as the draft dodger, that are saying this week we have to put up a new guy to go for the Supreme Court, or woman, all right, no matter who it is, a new nominee, and try to pass it through. Meanwhile, 4 years ago when Obama was president and there were 7 months left in Obama's term, they all are on tape 1,000 times. You have to wait to the election. The people pick the president, the new president. In an election year, you cannot put someone new in. It's the job of the new president. And that was when Obama was 7 months out. We're 43 days away from this election, Fred. And they're trying to push this through. When they spent a year with Obama pushing it down, and Obama did not appoint anybody. He waited. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
it's these hypocrites.
He was being a sucker.
No, he was not being a sucker because they had control. They had control of things. They had control of things, so they held the vote, and they didn't allow it. It wasn't Obama's decision. So how can they now, 4 years later, do the exact opposite thing? And they're all on tape. They're all on tape.
Can they do it?
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle.
People, this is the thing, man. People in this whole politics thing is about power, and people exert as much power as you let them have. And none of these people give up power for no reason. You have to take it from them.
I know, man. But the point is,
bastards, bro. All of them.
I know you don't know a lot of these guys, but
anybody that wants to be the president is a power-seeking fool.
Of course. But you don't
understand. You want to be in charge of the whole world for? You want to be in charge of the whole country. You know damn well you're not qualified to be in charge of all of us. Too much nuance.
But to me, this is just all. This is all a result of what things have happened the last 4 years. It's like the truth don't matter. Your word doesn't matter. They have all these guys on tape. You're not really listening to me.
I got what you're saying.
You cannot do this. This is a travesty.
Yeah,
Obama is breaking the American government.
But that's a good look. Why now they can use that against them, and when they go to argue it, they should be able to say,
I know, but
these same fools agreed already that wasn't okay. So their vote is already in favor of the other way. Period.
It's gonna be close,
man.
Or
charged them with perjury for lying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're not under oath, bro. I'm talking about interviews on TV and No, but also in the
So
Senate,
you only got to tell the truth under oath?
But it's only getting trouble if it's under oath, bro. It's only or else Trump would come on, man. It's only when you're under oath, and that's why he never answers any questions under oath or never testifies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The man would be in jail for 1,000 years, 1,000 lifetimes.
Why am I mad?
Why are you mad, bro?
I'm mad that these players didn't make sure they had a preseason And now we got to deal with the fact that my quarterback is out till week 8. I got to deal with the fact there's no Von Miller when he was about to ball out. I got to deal with the fact that Cortland Sutton out for the year. I got to deal with the fact that Holmes had a tough toe. I got to turf toe. I got to deal with the fact that Bouye's hurt. I got to deal with the fact that DeMarcus Walker's hurt. I got to deal with the fact that Draymond Jones is hurt. I got to deal with the fact that the whole team is getting dismantled because your punk asses didn't want to practice and have a couple preseason games, man. Come on. That's why I'm mad. Because you could have played those preseason games, yo. It wouldn't have hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It actually.
Or at least have the, more of the training camp.
Have some game experience.
The OTAs. And yeah, you posted that today, and I was like, man, that's 100. You know what I mean? I feel you, and I agree with you. I do. I'm not a bit. I don't know about the whole 3 games or however many preseason. It could be cut back a little bit. You don't think?
I mean, I like preseason, man.
I don't like preseason.
I feel like this is the thing. I'll tell you why I like preseason. Because it really gives you a chance to see who is on your team depth-wise. Who are the guys that need them last couple spots? I bet you if there was a preseason, Ballsby would be the number 3 fucking cornerback.
Yeah, man. And old boy would have been trying to call a timeout during the damn play.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you get to see who has that, who can play, man. Not just who can practice. A lot of people can fucking practice. And they can't play. And vice versa.
We're talking about practice.
Yo, they used to say Tim Tebow was the worst practice quarterback like ever. But then he would play, and he would find a way to win, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, with the boxing, you won't believe it. There's guys that spar, they look so good in sparring, and some guys suck in sparring. Come fight night, it's a different thing, man. Yeah. And a different type of dude shows up. So bruh, I hear you.
It's like me at the driving range versus me on the golf course. It's 2 different motherfuckers, yo.
I think that's with you with a lot of different athletic sports, sir.
Yeah. It's like me when I'm betting and me when I'm not betting.
Exactly. Now I can. That's very personal to me.
Yeah, if I'm betting on the game, I'm losing.
It's real easy till you need that big win.
Yep.
You know? All right, man.
All right, man. Shout out to you guys for watching the show. We appreciate you. As always, appreciate the blessings.
And smile.